So I've had many players message me in the past few days regarding this player, Blooms, who is on a very early server that has just released, and as you can see on the screen right now, is using the biggest skin, the golden meteor skin, which is, as also you can see from his profile, one of the coolest and most expensive skin in the game. In order to unlock this skin, you will require to spend $750,000 in Kingshot. Now, this has been done on other servers currently, even though not that many people have it, but a few of them have done it. However, in this case, this guy is on server 2312, which means this is a server that only released about 3 weeks ago. And according to what people are saying, this guy only started playing the game like 10 days ago. So that means he has spent about 75,000 USD every single day that he's played the game. And it is absolutely crazy. Of course, he is also very new to the game. He has really no clue what the game works like because he thought he was actually wanting to go into an old server so that he would catch up. Now he's on a brand new server. So, I mean, what does this mean? Not really much. Of course, this is someone who has a ton of money. It could be from tons of things. I've met people like this in other games before who had millions and millions of dollars from crypto and really just nothing else to do than play games and have fun. So who cares for them? You know, it's really chop change, and everyone has different reality, and no one will really able to match this guy for sure. He does seem like he is going to rule these kingdoms. It has also a lot of downsides, and this is really just my opinion, but when you are on a brand new server with someone that powerful, the entire server is kind of dictated by the behavior of that whale. Now, in the case of my server, we also have a similar whale, even though True is still not anywhere near the skin compared to this guy, but it is a 2 billion power account on my server. But this guy on my server is very friendly, very easy to work with. So I have no idea who this guy is. He could be the same and it could work out for them, but it could also not work out because no one can really say no to a player like this. So it does have some impact for KVK and stuff like that, matchmaking, if doing swordland and stuff like that. Like if you have one player that's insanely strong, which in this case, he is about half of the power of his alliance. Like the alliance is 2.6 billion and 1.2 is him. You can see that they don't have true gold. Most people are not even at level 30 castle yet. So this guy has, I think, something like 18 million troops, and they are, I think, T10 troops, but nothing else. So pretty crazy for sure. But again, like I said, like in Swordland and in other matchups, it could create some problems because no one else will be on the level. So this guy has to kind of like account for the power of, let's say, 10 players, but he is not 10 players. He only has marchers and limited heroes. So it has some pluses, but some downsides, which will mean that you will have to plan accordingly for the server, as well as on a general server like this, when you are around, you know, other people and capturing a castle and stuff, like civil war and all that kind of stuff. You have to be careful. Like I saw some screenshots of like tons of cities being burned. It's a very new server, so fair enough, it can happen. But a guy like this could make half of the server quit, and then your server is a dead server for months while you're waiting for a transfer. So just things to keep in mind. Now, for those of you who are not aware the way this system works, Eternal Domain was just introduced like less than a month ago, so it's very new in the game. This is when you are into your VIP level. So you can see I'm a decent spender, even though I'm nowhere near a whale, and I have, you know, a good amount of this VIP point. But VIP 12 is the last level. When you get to VIP 12, you can see there's nothing left afterwards. There's no arrow. This means you unlock a new system in the game and you spend your VIP points. So right now, you know, you can buy them for gems and stuff like that. And you spend those VIP points into kind of like a wheel. So it looks a little bit like the hero roulette. And then the chances are for puzzle pieces and skin pieces and stuff like that. And it also tracks your spending. So once you've reached a certain level of spending, you get to unlock these domains. So this is Eternal Domain level 6. Now to compare, on my server, we have players like Matse, who has the level 1 Eternal Domain. This is a requirement, I think, of 75,000 USD spent to get this. And a player like Xander, Eternal Domain level 2, I believe is about $150,000 spent in the game to get this. You get points per dollar spent, basically, so that's kind of how people are able to tell. And lastly, someone like True, who is at Eternal Domain level 3, close to 300,000. The amount of dollars spent is exponential. all the way to the last one, which is the Eternal Domain level 6, which is what this well has, and this one is 750,000 USD. So someone like him, in order to get there, what they would do is come here into the gem store, and they would buy the $100 package for 50,000 gems, basically 1,000 times. Like, you would just keep buying it and over and over and over again until you have enough gems to get everything that you need in VIP and spin the wheel and get the skin. And the system for the Void Star stuff, it tracks your spending. It gives you points per spending. So it's basically like at exactly $750,000 spent, you unlock that skin, on top of having some kind of like the roulette, which also unlocks other stuff. So he, of course, most likely has bought every other pack in this every single day that he's played, and probably will continue to do so. But this is kind of like a interesting way to see. I've never seen someone spend this much money this early in a game, even though I've seen plenty of people spend way more than this over years of playing Rise of Kingdom. There are just people who have way more money than they have anything to do with, and this is just kind of how it is. Now, this guy seems to be friendly enough, even though he's still very new to the game and doesn't have all of the basics and is trying to learn what to do and stuff. So I know that he regrets going on a new server. He would have rather go onto an old server, and his goal is, I think, from what I've seen the screenshot of, is to transfer into a older server eventually. Obviously to go and match up with people who have more stuff. Someone who spent that much can unlock every hero and unlock every gear and everything quite quickly. So he could match up with people very fast. But in order for him to go anywhere, he will need a special invite. So it is going to be something that is going to, I'm sure, bring a lot of drama to some server, but also could fare pretty badly for server 2312. So just things to keep in mind. I have absolutely no idea what this guy's plan is. And, you know, it's a server that's so far away from mine that I really, you know, don't have any involvement. And I wish him and everybody around him good luck, because it's going to be an interesting time. And maybe one day, if he's interested, I can do a video looking at his account. But other than that, we'll just have to watch from afar and see. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on my next video.